All right, we are back. Some more AOE Leagues 2v2 action. This time, Division F. We've got a matchup between Confédération de la Plebe, hope I'm pronouncing that right, and Secretito. So, Confédération de la Plebe has got about 100 points of average elo over Secretito. So this is the biggest elo gap within this particular division. The 1 seed versus the 6 seed. Let's get a look at the maps selected here. So Arabia, of course, for game 1. And then it looks like Kharga and Gold Rush are the maps that were picked by the two teams. So yeah, it might be hard to take a guess at which civs will be for which map, given that all three of these are reasonably open maps. Probably going to say that Lith Italians is for Kharga. Kharga does have a lake in the middle, so it makes sense that those would be the two civs. Lith with the food bonus means you can get fire ships out earlier. Italians, one of the best all-around water civs. On the other side, Persians is probably for Kharga. And, perhaps Mongols as well. There is a decent bit of hunt on that map. Although you do have to move quite a ways for it. So anyway, enough of trying to guess which civs will be for which maps. Let's just jump into the game. So game number 1 on Arabia. Here we go. All right, so Team Secretito is... Make sure I'm getting the teams correct here. Yeah, so it's Team Secretito. That is Zeus and Negan. So Zeus here in the red playing as the Ethiopians, teamed up with Negan here in the purple playing as the Franks. So Franks Ethiopians, that's about as good as it gets on Arabia. I guess maybe you put Franks Britons in that same category. Over on the other side, we've got Chinese and Lithuanians. So I was wrong about the Lithuanians pick. Thought maybe that was for Kharga. But nope, that is for Arabia. So maybe Tusky's thinking faster uptime, some early aggression. We'll keep an eye on that. But Chinese Lith versus Ethiopians Franks. All right, let's maybe take a quick look at the map here for these players. So reasonably wallable here. 3 nice, evenly spaced wood lines. All those are pretty thick. All those reasonably close to the TC. The gold is forward here for our Chinese player. But not the end of the world as the archer player up against the cav player. The worry, of course, is if archers get over to this side. Berries are very safe. No complaints there. Over here, another really nice map, I think, for Nagan. Back gold, back stone. Berries are not back, but they're at least to the side, not out front where they can be ranged by early archers. Zeus's map, even better perhaps. Back gold, back berries. The hunt's in the back if you want to mill that later, if you're not, if you want to go out and scout right now instead of pushing deer. And then finally, we've got our Lithuanian player map. That gold's a bit exposed, especially when you're up against the archer player. That's maybe this is probably the most difficult map. But the barriers are safe, so at least for early game purposes, for feudal age, Tusky will be just fine here. So we've got our the sort of the asymmetric matchup where you've got the archer player paired off against the cav player on both the top and the bottom. Of course, that changes the strategy a bit for the players in two respects. One, it makes a drush or men-at-arms actually viable for the archer player, but it changes it in another respect, which is instead of massing archers before you move out, it's really common to have just a few archers, get quick fletching, get 1 spear in the mix, and move out immediately before there's much of a scout mass. And you can usually inflict pretty serious damage before that player's walled. So yeah, let's see if that's how Zeus decides to play this one. And of course, we could see the same thing happening down here with Siesta. clean so far. I mean, we've got a bit of idle time, of course, from our Chinese player, but idle time to be expected. It's sort of a necessary part of the Chinese build. Look at that naughty little deer running off. And these bases are going to be quite easy to wall off here. Fast forward a little bit till we start getting at least some scouting action going. We indeed have up here. You can see Zeus and Tusky passing toward each other's base. Zeus has located the gold. Oh no. And gets out of there. Only 9 HP. Not ideal, but it's probably better that happens to the archer player than that it happens to the cav player. Cav player needs all the HP on his scouts he can get since they're fighting together, whereas the scout for the archer player is more about gathering scouting intel, which they can do just as well with 9 HP as with the full HP. Alright, we've got up times for all of our players here. 19 up for red, 19 up for purple, 19 up for teal. So some pretty fast up times here. And 23 pop for our Chinese player, which of course isn't a 23 pop for another player. Ooh, look at that. Down to 6 HP now. Another poke on that scout. And teal scout. I'm not sure why he didn't chase here. He's got that feudal speed advantage. Might have been able to catch him and get a shot in before Zeus was up to feudal age. But Zeus will get out of there with that scout. All right, here comes the stable for Tusky. Over on this end, we've got double range coming down immediately. Looks like a very clean build here so far for Zeus. A very fast build. You can see these faster builds have become more and more common at a wider range of elos. Used to be you'd only see these faster builds at the higher elos, but now, right, we're looking at guys that are what? Okay, a lot of these guys they're at least 1300s, 1400s, so we're not talking about low elo here. But yeah, these builds look good and really clean. All right, 2 scouts out on the field so far for Nagan, 2 scouts as well for Tusky. And ooh, our Chinese player only just now getting a first range down. Nice use of a spear there by Siesta. But there's definitely going to be some early archer numbers here for Zeus in comparison here to Siesta. Alright, some scouts on the field. Already a spear out for Zeus. Realizes that this is the time when he's vulnerable. It's this really early period. Probably not going to be much damage. Ooh, does locate a weak Vil, so that's nicely done by Tusky. Checking the HP and is actually going to get a Vil here. Look at that. Nicely avoids damage from the spear. Really nice micro there by Tusky. Yeah, getting 1 Vil on a build this tight is pretty nice. And you can see here, Zeus is going to go for some incredibly tight walls. Just wants to be safe from scouts so he can get out with these units. It'd be nice, I think, to see him add 1 spear into this mix. He's got the spear at home for protection, leave it there, but I think you want to make another because yeah, I mean, especially without fletching. There's no fletching on those archers. All right, 4 scouts in on the wood line here. There's a spear in the mix. It's going to be another Vil down, and look at that. Tusky's micro draws the spear away. Does lose a scout, but it was the weak scout. I think you'll probably be happy with that trade if you're Tusky. All right, over on this side, things are very quiet. Nagan just playing defensively here, which I don't think he wants to do with those scouts. If he's communicating with his teammate, he'll know that the Tusky scouts are on the other side of the map. I think he wants to get those scouts over to join up with these archers. All right, but look over here. Siesta on the move as well. 2 spears of his own. So this is something Nagan is not going to be able to clean up on his own. He's going to have to deal with either by way of house wall or by getting reinforcements from his teammate. Oh no, Tusky gets in half a second before that wall goes up. Nice quick walls on the wood line there for Zeus. That's going to be another Vil down. 2 Vils down. This is one of the most efficient scout rushes I have seen in a while. Really nicely done here by Tusky. Over on this end, Zeus still trying to find a way to get damage in. Reinforcements from Nagan are here. Jeez, and another Vil down. This is brutal. Secretito, Secretito? Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Already down 7 villagers. This is the nastiest scout rush by Tusky here. All right, over on this end though, how is Nagan gonna deal with the archers? 1 Vil goes down. Got a healthy farm count, 14 farms. Only 9 over here for Tusky. But yeah, I think Nagan's gonna have to get market down. He's gonna have to get some house walls. Yep, there's the market. Alright, over here though, look at this. Zeus is in. Defensive tower going up, but Zeus is gonna be able to camp under this. Oh, opts not to. He's gonna bail out of there. Nice use of the formations to dodge the arrows. And this meant some really high-level micro this game. Yeah, this is nicely done here by Tusky, getting that wall up to prevent the archers from coming in. But actually, I think there's enough space they could dive in there anyway. Not that there's much damage to be had. But Tusky's eco is definitely a bit of a mess here. His food eco, I think, is going to be way behind Nagan's food eco. This is interesting. Siesta's archers are bailing out after not being able to find any damage. Nice use of houses there by Nagan. And I think Siesta's probably coming to try to bail out Tusky. Alright. No, okay, so he's going to go counterattack here. And Zeus is quite open at home. This whole side is still open. There's only a few archers in defense. He is bringing these archers back. But I think he's going to need these scouts as well. There's no upgrades on the scouts, right? Yes, those scouts aren't going to be that helpful. Here we go.
Ow.
1 more Vil down, 2 more Vils down. Oh man, Zeus has just been getting harassed, royally harassed here at home. Significant archer numbers advantage here for Sieste. And yeah, the scouts rolling in for both teams, but yeah, that tower, there's no way that tower goes up. Although these archers have come in reinforcement, they might be here just in time. Let's see if Nagan can get the jump, although he's, I think, waiting for the armor. 10 seconds of the armor. He wants to try to buy time. Alright, armor is in. So this should end up actually being a pretty good fight here for Secretito. Castle Age actually almost in for Nagan. So maybe they still have a chance in this game. I mean, they are down by 16 villagers. Zeus absolutely devastated at this point. But they are going to have a tech advantage here. And right, actually going to go 3 stables. So it looks like Nagan is going to plan to play 1 TC for a while here. I think that is absolutely the right call. I don't know if he's got the eco quite to support it at this point, but your only way back in, I think your only win condition at this point is getting some pretty significant damage with that tech advantage, which means you got to hit hard and fast. And over on this end, Tusky actually adding in a few skirms. That probably explains some of the slower Castle Age time. That in addition to the pressure from Zeus. Right, scouts getting in on Zeus again. Another villager down. Alright, here we go. Here come the scouts. With this many scouts, is it worth the light cav upgrade? Maybe. Not sure. That +2, 30 seconds from coming in. I think Nagan probably will want to... He's hoping to get an engagement with these archers with that extra armor. Can't tell. Yeah, looks like Siesta is open here. Can't tell what's going on behind that archery range. In any case, Siesta's holding the gap plugged with those archers, which is working out for me. Able to take a pretty good trade, even against +2 scouts. Alright, Castle H, though, is in for Siesta. And so far, Nagant hasn't been able to get any damage. He's going to need to be a bit more aggressive here. Needs to use those knights. He pounces on this. Bodkin is in 15 seconds from Expo. Tusky almost to Castle Age himself. Zeus still a long ways off. You have a market, yeah, dropping a market now. Wants to sell some of that gold to get up. Give me an overchop here pretty soon. Yeah, and these skirms are just going to try to cause some idle time on this wood line, I think. But Nagant here, I think, really needs to be aggressive. Ooh, look at this. Just actually opens up a gap in that wood line. I think wants to get the Vills out. Maybe he's thinking about a TC here. Maybe a TC here. Or maybe just wants that path open for the knights. That is one problem with having the stables on the opposite end of the front. That should be an easy clean for Nagant, especially if he's able to get some of the knights in behind those archers. Good micro here, though, by Sieste. And, yep, that will indeed be a clean. Skirms continuing to be a pest over here. Scouts continue to be a pest. Tusky has played a really, really awesome game here so far. Alright, archers are cleaned, so does Nagant have a chance to get some pressure in? They are down 12 villagers, but they have almost a 20 military unit advantage. And Zeus has managed to keep a good number of archers alive. If he can get to Castle Age, get those upgraded to Expo, maybe take a really good fight. There's an overchop here. How much is left in that? There's plenty. No, wait, that's open. This is open. This is open. This is open. No, just pass. Oh, man. Honestly, if Nagant had run in there, there's no military on the field right here for Sieste. Oh, I think he could have done some crazy damage. Oh, that's an unfortunate miss there for Team Secretito. So it looks like there might be an overchop here, but Tusky already on the ball, recognizing that. Here we go, though. I think they could get some awesome pressure right now. If they get those Expo forward, those archers should be moving out already. And in fact, they are. This is their chance. They've got a military advantage. They might be behind an eco, but sometimes this could be the advantageous position. Yeah, and Tusky investing in a siege workshop. Worried about those archers, but that is going to cost him a bit in terms of some of his other potential production. +2 armor on the way for Tusky. Here come the Expo. Good knight numbers. And they have a chance in this game. They are not out of it. They can get a good fight here. I mean, again, this forward gold that we were worried about at the beginning of the game, I think might just doom Team Confédération. Let's see. Yeah, and look at that. He's going to have to evacuate gold. So this is really going to set back. Ooh, mango, mango, mango. Nice clean there by Zeus, paying attention. And I think I like what Nagant is doing here, getting a couple knights in to try to clean. Yeah, they are definitely going to clean this army, no problem. I think you just force the fight here. I think you just dive in. Make them come into that base. You get huge numbers advantage. The Vill count is going to be really close here really soon. The reinforcement archers are even going to get cleaned here by Nagant. Nagant has incredible knight production right now. And yeah, we only have a 7 villager difference. All of a sudden, I think Team Secretito in the advantageous position. Second TC coming down for Nagant as well. So that'll up that villager disparity even more. And yeah, I think get those knights and start killing some bills. There's no fletching on that TC, so that's just gonna tickle those knights. Another mangonel is out on the field, but surely not for long. The knights will clean that without much problem. Although Zeus needs to be careful here. Ooh. Takes a little bit of damage, but not much. And another clean here for Team Secretito. They're going to win this game. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. After the damage they suffered in Feudal Age, I thought for sure they were out of this one, but I think they recognized the situation they were in, and this Night Flood by Nagan and the much faster uptime has really, really paid off. Yeah, I mean, Tusky's eco is in shambles at this point. He's got fewer villagers than Zeus, and look at this. Oh no. Domination here, and there's overchops, there's holes. Siesta's going to be in trouble here as well. Villager lead for the first time in the game, I think, here for Secretito. Forward castle coming down on top of it. So Nagan, behind all this pressure, also mining stone. I think, and if he knows where the gold is, getting this castle even a little further forward, we could break both those golds. That would be an absolute crippler. Over on this end, Tusky continuing to be harassed by the Expo. Does have a little sneaky additional town center out here. Our Chinese player's got a decent little eco here. He's looking at 58 vills. But the military numbers, that's the problem. Without those military numbers, I don't see any way to... Ooh, look at the Expo. Just going to dive past that tower. Makes sense. That tower's got no one garrisoned in it. Does Expo get over here? This eco is going to be just completely cut off. Tusky's basically out of this game right now. 2 vills! So that castle is going to take a while. That does give Siesta some time to think about how he wants to react to this castle. But I don't know that he has that many options. Stone count is 11. So we're not going to see a counter tower. We're not going to see a counter castle. Doesn't have the archer numbers to deny it. And Nagan knows that. Yeah, look at this. Not a single villager on any of these farms here. 0 food income for the Cav player. I think this game's over. What a comeback by Team Secretito. Ruthless pressure here by Zeus. Yeah, I was just about to say, this could be a good time for Mangonel. You might be able to catch him falling asleep working on his macro. And indeed, Tusky's got the same idea. Here comes the mango. See if he can land a nice shot on those boys. Boom. That's not a bad one. Alright, Zeus does react. Over here, the castle is up. Things looking pretty bleak here for Confédération. Forward siege workshop for Zeus. Extremely forward siege workshop. Right next door to the siege workshop for Tusky. Another castle. Franks and their cheap castles. So, knights are coming in. I'm not sure why Nagan is attacking that barracks and not just spiderwebbing here. Because Siesta's wide open down here, wide open on the top. But in any case, Nagan is now in. And Siesta has hit Imperial Age, but not gonna be able to do anything with it. His archer numbers are gone. The whole Arbalist tech advantage that maybe could have gotten Confédération back into this game just isn't going to help because there are no Arbalists. There's no Expo to upgrade to Arbalist. Got a little mango attack here. Decent dodge by Zeus. Does take some HP damage, but doesn't lose any archers. And yeah, that's why I didn't quite understand the siege workshop that close. Lose the villager there. And actually, Zeus is potentially going to get cleaned here. He's going to lose that building. Oh! I did not notice this. There were some Expo to be upgraded to Arbalist. They just run the other side of the map. Dang. Alright, so that happened. Over here, though, meanwhile, back at home, a bit of a massacre. Siesta losing basically all of their villagers. Score lead flipping back and forth. But still, I think Secretito is in a much better position. Look at that. There are only 40 vills left for Zeus after that. These mangoes coming forward as well. So both players on the northern end of the map are pretty dead. Both Tusky and Zeus. I think they're going to be able to contribute a whole lot at the moment. We do have a castle coming down here from Siesta. If he can manage to get that up, he is an Imperial Age, will be able to get some Trebs out. Siesta just hoping to stabilize, but his eco's gone. He's off all these farms, off all of gold. The only thing is access to is that zone. I like this move here, sending the Arbalist into Nagan's eco. Nagan's going to have no answer for that. And that castle will go up. See if Nagan notices this. Hasn't reacted to it yet. A lot going on at the front, so this may be a case where Siesta can get a ton of kills. Alright. Nagan notices. It was quite a few kills. But both the military advantage and the eco advantage is so heavy right now in favor of Secretito. And look at that. Imperial Age clicked up for Nagan. If Nagan can get to a decent Cavalier mass, clean that. I mean, that is not that many Arbalists at all. Ooh. 2 mangoes versus the Ethiopian Expo. 1 mango down. Only 1 Expo down. So far, Zeus has done really well against these mangonels. Look at this castle here for Zeus. Gotta clean these mangonels, though, if he's gonna have any chance of getting that up. I don't think he knows about this other mangonel. He's gotta be really careful here. Tusky has a chance for a castle snipe. Ooh, nice split there by Zeus. Need some repair vills here. Yep, Tusky sending out the repair vills. Nice mango shot on the villagers there. Got some knights in the mix as well. More vills go down. Yeah, this mango has gotten some great value. Ooh! Damn! That was a nice mangonel shot. Yeah, that castle, I think, needs to be deleted. Zeus ain't getting that thing up. Friendly fire there by Tusky. Alright, we also have the Arbalist inside of Nagan's base. Sorry I wasn't paying attention to that. The mango fight was too enticing. Only knights for Nagan, but in those numbers, should be able to get the clean. Just getting as much value as you can. Good micro, but those Arbalists are bye-bye. Still 1 villager in the mix. Wow, these mangonels have... Oh, golly. MVP of the game so far, this mangonel. And that vill's gone. Yeah, a bit of a disaster castle there for Zeus, unfortunately. But all of a sudden, Siesta's vill count as low as Zeus's vill count. Does have these trebs. It's already taken out 1 castle. A second castle will go down here. So Confédération actually putting up a much better fight than I sort of was expecting at this point. I thought they were dead, but they have gotten some pretty good trades here in the past 10 minutes. Zeus coming forward again. Really desperate to get this castle up. But only sending like 1 villager at a time. I think just commit to it at this point. Alright. Nagan has a Treb of his own. Cavalier only a few seconds out. Ooh, nice use of a house there by Siesta to keep those Cavalier out. Although they're just going to pop in on this direction. Those Cavaliers should be able to clear both those Krebs and the Arbalist. Go for the Arbalist first, right? Then you go for the Trebs. Will that castle survive? 920 HP. It will. It will. Trebs are down. Arbalist are down. What a messy, messy game. Somehow Teal has the second most vills in the game despite all we've seen. That castle will go up. But look at that. Tusky returning to his homeland. Returning to his original base. Alright, Nagan, I think he keep the Cavalier here, or does he send them over to just devastate Tusky's base? I think you gotta stay here, because you gotta keep this castle alive. This castle is preventing Sieste from accessing both those golds. Cavalier gonna dive in on the Arbalist again. Another clean. And yeah, look at that. Off that gold, does Tusky... Okay, it does have an additional gold here for Sieste. More Mangonel engagements. Ooh, Shotel Warriors getting in on the action. Presumably for this very purpose of clearing out Mangonels. Nagan definitely not in a position to think about Paladin. Only has 28 food. He's gonna have to live with Cavalier here. But yeah, without the Mangonels on the field right now, these archers are gonna get a lot of value here. Tusky's eco under assault once again. What a messy game. What an absolute messy game. In a good way. It's a fun one. Absolute chaos. Alright, down here, these Cavaliers spiderwebbing all over the place, and yeah, the GG is called. That will do it. Woo! That one was nuts. Man, Tusky put such a hurting on Zeus in Feudal Age. It seemed like Team Confédération had just such a massive lead. And then that tech advantage for Nagan, getting to Castle Age when he did, they just had this big military advantage, huge numbers advantage. And Sieste and Tusky could not take a decent engagement. And it ended up leading to Tusky's base being pretty well devastated. I wonder if Tusky hadn't invested into skirms, if that would have meant a better uptime for Tusky, which maybe would have allowed him to be a bit more competitive with the military production with Franks. Hard to say there. And then Sieste also losing a lot of archers just before hitting Castle Age, I think also played a big role in that. But yeah, both the Cav players with positive KDs here. And I think the aggregate eco number is actually not that far apart. If you add up those two numbers with these two numbers, they're actually pretty comparable. But yeah, Nagan up at 20 minutes and 48 seconds. You're up more than 3 minutes ahead of the other Cav players. So that's 3 minutes of night production. I think that was probably the biggest difference in this game. All right, with that, we go to game number 2. So let me see the home map for Confédération here was, looks like Kharga. This will be the first Kharga game I've had the pleasure of casting. One of the custom maps made for this, well, adapted for this tournament. Tech Chariot, kind enough to make this map and customize it for our purposes. So, all right, let's take a look at the map. We've got one team on one side of this large lake here with some pretty healthy fish inside of it. And then basically all the wood congregates near this pond. We've got really thick wood lines on the northwest and southeast ends of it. But there's some decent wood lines as well closer to the TCs. The only stone available is in the corners of the map. No other stone elsewhere. Gold populates throughout the desert. Does it also show up in the wood lines? No, it does not. So only in the desert. It's the only place you can get gold out in these exposed areas. Now, these are only 2-tiled golds, but notice they have 1,500 gold in each tile. So they have the gold quantity of your usual gold patches, but the problem is they get saturated much more quickly, and that sort of forces you to expand out into this desert. I'm trying to remember what the sort of unique features of the map were. So there was the fact that the gold mines carry more gold. I think, yeah, the camels could be eaten. If you kill a camel, you can eat them. And then one other feature I can recall is that, and this is a feature of a lot of Tech Chariots maps, trade carts are cheaper. I think they cost no gold, but they move slow as hell. So the late game dynamics are a bit different on many of Tech Chariots maps, and this is one of those. Okay, so let's take a look at the civs here. We've got Vietnamese and Persians here for Secretito. So Persians, you get a chance to dock a little bit earlier. You got the tankier docks. Vietnamese lets you know exactly where your opponents are. On the other side, Tusky playing as the Italians, so imagine that he'll be contesting water. And over on this side, we have Sieste. So again, this is the home map for Confédération, so the home map for Sieste and Tusky. So presumably they've got something up their sleeves. Oh no! No, no, no! Get her in! Get her in! Woo! Nicely done there by Tusky, keeping that girl alive.
Impero?
But yeah, I haven't seen this map played yet in the tournament. I'm sure it has been played. I just haven't been able to watch or cast any of those yet. Very, very excited to cast it here. Very curious to see how it gets... Look at this. Sieste with the sneak base. Love it. I love it. So, yeah, he's probably going to go sneak stable. And I think one strategy that's viable on this map is a sort of fast castle. I think the meta is probably going to be Feudal Age aggression, but you can actually wall this relatively cheaply, right? Because you need only like 1 or 2 tiles there, and then you just wall this little gap, which honestly, you're looking at what, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 9 tiles, and you're good to go. Sieste may be thinking that's what his opponents are going for, and that's what the purpose of the sneak stable is. Yeah, you can see on this side, Tusky already walling. Looks like I had to fight a few lions for it. Ooh, yeah, this actually, hadn't thought about that. That's a nice advantage of having Magyars here, is you can snipe those lions. They one-shot them, right? So yeah, they're going for the early walls. I think they want to mainly focus on eco behind those walls. Yeah, look at that. And then there's going to be a sneak base.
Again?
I think this Vil, what you could do while you have this idle time, I wonder if maybe you go and just lame some of the gold mines while you're at it. That'd be maybe an interesting way to build on top of this sneak. Don't get any ideas, Division C players. All right, so Tusky the first to go to water. I'm actually surprised we don't have more folks on water at this point. And yeah, that meta, that Feudal Age aggression that I was guessing would probably be the meta for this map is in fact coming in. We've got 20 pop, both for our Persians player and for our Vietnamese player, neither of whom are opting to go on water. So they're going to give a free fish boom to Tusky and Sieste, which, especially with them being walled like this, oof, I think is going to be a huge, huge advantage for Confédération. I really like Confédération's position right now. They're going to be walled here. They're going to have a free fish boom. And they're going to have a little sneak in the back. I think they're in a great spot. Alright, stable coming down here for Nagan. What do we have on the other side? Yeah, Shirley will be a range. We've got 2 on gold. But Zeus is about to discover what we already know, which is that Tusky is fully walled here. And yeah, 15 seconds away from having palisade walls that aren't cardboard. Yeah, Adding a second dock here is Tusky. Let's see. Tusky actually adding a fire, assuming very naturally that there's going to be water play. But Tusky will find out quickly here. Hopefully he realizes before he produces too many fires that his opponents are not even on water. Look at this, stone walls coming down. Yeah, I like having the stone walls in there, especially on the archer side. Archers are going to break through that palisade quite quickly. Alright, what's the Sneakville up to? Dropping a barracks. Thought maybe Nagant's Ville would notice this. Yeah, and actually Nagant hasn't scouted. I'm kind of surprised that he hasn't been more active with that scout, figuring out where he can hit. Ooh, look at this. Towers coming in, so Nagant really wants to break in here. He's going to add some towers to try to do that. To get it up in time. Only 2 Villes, and so Sieste might build a stone wall behind this in time. Feudal Age is in, so these palisade walls are going to be a little tankier. Oh no. Oh no, Zeus trying to get a dock down. Is it going to be denied? No, the Ville should be able to get it up. And you can just drop a little palisade if you need to. Alright, here are Zeus's archers. Ooh, getting roasted alive there. Not how you want to go out. What is this? So yeah, apparently that beach is wet enough to get fire galleys a good bit up on. Alright, the tower's up. The house is gonna go down. So Nagant is gonna get some pressure in here. There's no scouts out yet for Sieste. And yeah, pardon me, yeah, for Sieste. Can Sieste get the stone walls down in time? He's going here, here. A couple more. Oh, he's open up here, though. He's open up here. Woo! He gets it in time. That house going down, though. It's down. He's in. The Gon is in. Oh, man. Yeah, I think maybe if Sieste had tried to stonewall behind this a little sooner. I'm not sure, but in any case, great move adding the tower there for Nagant. And let's see if they can get some good pressure. And yeah, that dock is goodbye. I think Zeus needs to delete that quickly. Delete it. Delete it. Please delete it. Oh no. Alright, yeah, some exposed villagers here for Sieste. Nagant might be able to get some value with these scouts. No upgrades on them yet. Yeah, we got a spear coming out. That spear will make a big difference, especially without upgrades on those scouts. Sieste hamming them scouts. I still think Confederation's in such a good spot. They're gonna have such an earlier uptime. Ooh, those vills are very exposed, and there's a really weak one in the mix. I don't think Nagant noticed him, however. Archers coming in. We're gonna have some more cooked archers here. We are. Oh, that's so much HP. That is so much HP. Yeah, if you see a stream of fire in front of you, watch out. Now this is... I think you're gonna be happy with that if you're Siesta. You got a lot of HP off those scouts. And now here comes the counterattack. Here comes the counterattack. Actually diving right under the TC, but Nagant hasn't noticed. Nagant busy microing scouts on the front. There's a lot of vills going down over here. +1 in. So these scouts have crazy damage output. Oh no, this is such a disaster. Oh man, the sneak has already more than paid off. This is crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's absolute pandemonium on these two ends. But Nagant, with all the micro on the front, has no idea that his base is being cooked. Golly. Alright, he noticed, he garrisoned. But the gold is still exposed. The wood lines are going to be exposed. There's no spears in the mix. Holy smokes. What just happened? In any case, after all said and done, the Vil count Massive, massive bill advantage for Confederation, 81 to 59. The fish boom is outrageous right now for Tusky. Tusky will probably be up in no time. Fully stonewalled behind this. Alright, so what are we looking at? Yeah, floating a ton of gold. Tusky's got to get a market down here, I think. And get to Castle Age. Put this game away. Forward stable here for... Ooh, whoa! 3 stables for Nagan. Apparently wants to go full feudal age. Zeus has sent some archers over to help clear things out. But there are only 24 villas for Nagan. So, definitely won't be producing from 3 stables. These scouts still being a pain here. Now harassing Zeus. Castle Age has been clicked for Tusky, and Tusky's going to have a gnarly eco when he gets up. Still hasn't added any military production buildings. I think wants to do that ASAP so he can start building up that expo mass. Yeah, Nagan deleting those farms, doesn't want to have them sniped. Nothing more tilting than having farms sniped. Had some of mine sniped in a tournament set for this tournament. This last night, very tilting. More tilting than it should be. Nagan getting some more value here. Bill's still going down. These spears, AWOL. Alright, they're moving in now. Only 39 vills here for... Ooh, all those scouts clean, too. Nicely done. Yeah, so it's not like Sieste's eco's in great shape here either. But this is doing a lot of work here for Sieste. I don't think it matters, though, at this point. Husky's eco is going to be so insane. Yeah, going to stone, so I think wants to go Genoese maybe instead of Expo. And yeah, not a single archery range up yet, so this has got to be... It's got to be a Genoese play. Now, honestly, what you could do, transport boat. You've got control of the water here. Send some vills over, drop a castle right here. Right between the 2 players. I think that'd be gnarly. A lot of spears out here for Team Confederation. Second TC, Siege Workshop going down. I want to see a castle drop so bad here. Still a good amount of fish in this pond. Obviously not as efficient because it's further out. That is so much food income. Tusky can just fast imp this, honestly. Fast imp into, like, Genoese Bombard, maybe? Oh, control the water. You can even get a few galleys out. And then you're certain to be able to get the castle down. You can protect it with your galleys. Oh. Okay, so looks like we had a drop from Nagan. But they end up calling the GG anyway, which I think is very reasonable. We're looking at a 34 villager lead. And yeah, I think it was just a matter of time before Tusky just blew the roof off of this game. So yeah, it was hard. There was so much action going on with the scouts on both sides. So this is helpful to get a feel for how efficient those raids were. Sieste definitely looks like he got the better of it, 33 to 25. Whereas Nagan, 21 to 31. And then, yeah, unsurprisingly here, Tusky with vastly more resources collected than any of the other players. 23-minute castle time, and like I said, I think Fast Imp was on the table. All right. Cider game. We've got a 1-1 set here, so we go to Gold Rush, the home map for Secretito. All right, this one's for all the marbles. So yeah, I mean, when you see like a 100 you know, 100 elo gap between the two teams. Worry that it might be a blowout. Not at all. This has been extremely competitive. Very evenly matched so far. All right, so Team Confédération, we've got Sieste in the blue, Tusky changing his uniform, now going in the green trunks, playing as the Byzantines. Byzantines, interesting. I wonder what the thought is with Byzantines. Gold Rush. Suppose we'll see. All right, on the other side, Zeus going with the Mongols, Gan going with the Berbers. So Berbers, Mayans, I think are staples of this map. Mongols and Byzantines, less so. I mean, Mongols, I assume the play is Mangadai. That's surely got to be what Zeus is thinking. But there's nothing about the map itself that screams Mongols in terms of the early game. There's not like an abundance of hunt. Here we're only looking at 3 Ibeck. But you manage to, I mean, castles are common on this map because you're trying to secure the middle. So it makes sense to go with a civ that's got a powerful, unique unit. And I think that's probably what our Mongols player is doing. The Byzantine pick, though. Less sure about that. Or at least about what the strategy is. It might be for the cheap trash, which honestly could be okay here up against Mongols, getting some skirm on the field. But you don't know that the other team's going Mongols before you start the game, so that can't be the thought. Is it Cataphract? We couldn't possibly be so lucky, could we? We shall see. I'm going to fast forward through most of Dark Age here, at least unless we see some sort of action. Sieste is scouting the middle area there. Players pushing deer, bringing in their boar. Nothing to see here. Little action here. Eagle being a pest. Click.
Tabish.
Sieste, I like what he's doing here, preventing the Gan from pushing the deer. And the Gan, as the Cav player, really wants that food. Keeping him off, it's quite nice. So again, we're going to get some pretty fast uptime. So 20 pop scouts for Nagan. We're looking at 19 pop here for Zeus, our Mongols player. It's going to go fast archers, it looks like. So maybe that was just the thought of the Mongols play, is Mongols on any map can get a really fast uptime. Our Byzantines player going up 19 pop as well, with some pretty heavy walling. So I think that's really going to hamper the early archer production, but we'll see. We'll see how it pans out. Is he just going to go skirms here? This is really interesting. It's like a double range play. If you can get walled so the scouts can't get in, I suppose it could work. But the problem is, if the scouts are in the mix, those skirms are just useless. So Tusky's got to ham these walls quickly. I think that's the play here. Wants to go skirm defensive play. Try to get a fast uptime. All right, looks like Sieste going with men-at-arms. Feel... Are they going to be there on time to get good damage? I mean, I think so. He is open here. You can get him off the berries. That would be pretty solid. Yeah, problem though, Sieste's going to lose this Eagle Warrior because Nagan got up to feudal age. Probably needed to bail out of there a little bit sooner. All right, and on top of that, Nagan now knows this is coming. So that worked out really nicely for him. Knows that he needs to resource wall his base up. Husky's almost walled here. Yeah, double range production. Blacksmith coming down as well. Zeus is going to play this one, I think, pretty open and aggressive. Yeah, without being able to push those deer, you can definitely see the food eco's hurting a bit here for Nagan, and that is hampering his scout production. He's got an idle stable, and so that is good news if you're Sieste. Your men-at-arms going to have some more time to get damage before they get cleaned. The Walls are up here, however, for Nagan. Trying to bring those men-at-arms into the TC. Waiting for an overpick. Oh, okay. It's not skirms, it's scouts. Tusky opening scouts here. Might even be able to get the clean here. There's no fletching on those archers. Ooh, but there's a spear. Very nicely done by Zeus. So this is, yeah, game one we were mentioning. I think I was mentioning, oh man, I would have liked to see Zeus send a spear with his early archers. He's doing it here. Alright, yeah, here Nagan, just trying to build the scout numbers. I think he wants to get him to such a point where he can take this fight. I think actually if you take this fight, delete the palisade and send the vills to fight with the scouts. Give you a more efficient trade. So some small resource walls here for Zeus. Maybe Tuscan can get on that gold, but that gold is really close to the TC. Ooh, Siesta getting a spear in the mix. I love this. I love this. This is not going to be an efficient trade for Nagan. He may very well clean it. No, doesn't even get a single men-at-arm. Yeah, that would end up being a bit of a disaster fight there for Nagan. Losing those early numbers. Bill down here for Zeus. So, man, Confédération looking like they're in a pretty decent spot here. Blacksmith coming down for Nagan. I think he might be worried about a quick archer follow-up. And yeah, here come the archers. This is being really well played here by Siesta. I think Nagan's trying to make a skirm switch here. I think he knows that archers are on the way. Over on this end, yeah, I mean, a house here. Let's get a house here. House here and those archers can't do anything. They could not be coming in a better spot. Tusky has to get a house there. Oh man, if he doesn't get it though. Alright, going for a gate. I don't like the gate. They go down too quickly. I'd rather see a house or two. Especially if the gate doesn't complete. That's got very poor armor on it. Oh, look at the scout numbers though for Tusky. There's no spear in the mix. This is a clean. This is a clean. Beautiful. Really nicely done there by Tusky. Alright, over on this end, the pressure is indeed on. There's no range yet, so I thought maybe this was a skirm switch. I'm going to gold. Interesting. Maybe Nagan, happy with the food count he has now. He's not going to produce any more scouts. Just wants to get to Castle Age. There's a defensive tower, which will indeed protect the gold and this wood line. But it's going to leave those berries exposed and the other wood line exposed. Federation in a great spot here. And in fact, they've got a 9-villager lead on top of this. How did they end up with such a vill lead? I know Zeus sniped a couple vills, but gotta be some idle time in the mix caused by all this pressure. Yeah, and indeed there is. You look on this side, we're looking at 2.5 minutes of combined idle time. Over on this end, we're looking at about 5 minutes of combined idle time. And this is being brilliantly played by Confédération here. Idling a lot of these farms. That's going to hamper Castle Age time for Nagan. Scouts are linked up with the archers now. Yeah. Yeah, and they're just going to bail. They're like, we've pressured him pretty heavily. The archers are over here, and now do they just sneak around and put pressure on Zeus? Let's see. Gotta be careful of the tower here. Ooh, Siesta eats a lot of arrow fire there, and with the hill bonus. Some nice tower shots. I think Secretito has the numbers to clean this now. Wait for bloodlines, though. 15 seconds of bloodlines. Wait for bloodlines. No, wait for bloodlines. No need to take the fight here unless you're thinking, the scouts are out of position, so this is our chance. That should be a clean, though, regardless, for Secretito. The thing to watch now are the Castle Age times. They should be quite a bit better here for Confédération. Yeah, it looks looks like Siesta about to click up here. The archers are getting clean, though, so we're only looking at 9 archers at the moment versus 14 here for Zeus. So, is there any way that Zeus could get some pressure at this point? I don't know. Very healthy food eco here for Siesta. Only on this one wood line. I think needs to get probably some more on wood at this point, right? Is that the only wood line? Yeah, it is. We need, I think, more on wood here for archer production. Maybe could move some off of farms, build an additional wood line. Little sneaky scouts trying to get in here, but Zeus has small walled his base up, so should be safe. But look at this. This could be a nice counterattack. Although Tusky knows it's coming, he's already house walling this area. This is brilliantly done here by Tusky. Gonna buy some time because right now this is a scary military. If it gets in, could do a ton of damage. But both players on Confederation are going to be up to castle age before their opponents. Look at the scouts, they're in on that gold mine. No attack upgrades, but these vills are getting stuck. 1 vill down, 2 vills down. A lot of idle time to boot. 3 vills down. Yeah, that was nice. Nicely done there by Tusky. Confederation in a great position here. They're going to have a tech advantage, they're going to have a military advantage, and they're going to have a vill advantage. Oh no, and there's an overchop. They're in on the wood line. Oh man. Brutal damage. 13 vill advantage at this point. I'm not sure why Siesta is taking this fight before Expo. And Bodkin. Yeah. I think lost some numbers there when he didn't need to. Now he's got Expo in. How do you play this here? Do you go the eco-heavy approach, or do you go, yeah, fast ballistics? That's what we're seeing here. So Zeus needs to run. Yeah, Zeus. Bad 3 minutes for Zeus here. Pressure being stopped in the front, losing a lot of vills to scout raids in the back. Alright, Castle Age is in for all of our players at this point. Let's take stock. Military numbers are even. There's a significant vill lead here for Confederation. And Zeus is going to be able to afford Bodkin. Hasn't researched it yet, has he? Oh no, this is open. An overpick. The dreaded overpick. Expo are in. More vills going down for Zeus. Reliving the horror of game 1. You have some of Nagan's Cav jumping on these archers here. I don't know if in great enough numbers though. I think Siesta should be able to clear this. Got a fight on this side as well. Just skirms. Yeah, and indeed, Siesta is able to clear. This wood line's going to be compromised, though. This is open. No! Oh, man. Yeah, this feels like it might already be GG at this point. 32 villager advantage for Confederation. Yeah, these Expo have gotten so much value. 22 kills. 23 kills. Not too shabby for a group of 13 Expo. So I thought it was going to be fast ballistics, but ballistics isn't in. Zeus making a move out to the middle. Alright, and this should finally be a clean here now for Secretito. But more than enough value gotten out of these Expo. And Tusky doing his best to try to get these boys home. Alright, Berbers are scary though in Castle Age. Worth remembering. Got the price discount so you can spam them really quickly. But Tusky does have a better eco than his Cav counterpart. Alright, things stabilizing here a little bit for Secretito. 28 Expo versus 22. 14 Knights versus 9, so they do have a military edge. Can they do what they did game 1? And they have a repeat of that, where they have that military advantage. And it lets them get catastrophic damage on... Oh, once again, it's Tusky. Is this going to be a repeat of game 1? Surely not. Surely not. Eco advantage is so great right now. But look at this. And a Siege Workshop coming up again. Man, it really does feel like game 1. I think here, if you're Siesta and Tusky, you gotta focus on production. It's all about military production right now. You got a really significant eco lead. You've got to match them with those military numbers. Siesta going for a castle. I think doesn't know that Zeus's TC is there, because otherwise probably put this, just drop it on their face. Alright, Knights splitting off here from the archers. The timing. Oh my gosh. The timing. Oh my gosh. Does he notice? Does he notice? Look back, please. Oh my gosh. Siesta absolutely lucking out there. That could have been a disaster. That could have brought the Vil numbers quite a bit closer. Now there's still a chance here that this could go poorly for Siesta. I think he just may be cleaned here. Yeah, and indeed he will be. Berbers, man, that production is just scary. But the castle goes up. Alright, it's just the huge military advantage right now for Secretito. I know they're down in eco, but like... Man, I am really worried about the sort of snowball we saw in game 1. Got Nagan trying to get a castle of his own out here. I think right now, with this military advantage, you gotta push the action on one of these players. You gotta get the Knights to go hit Siesta here. The Expo are going. But time is of the essence, because that eco advantage is just gonna keep pushing Confederation further and further ahead. Two Mangonels out here in defense for Tusky. Oh! We didn't get the Doubt Castle, but we got the Doubt TC. Oh, 5 seconds for Ballistics, too. Imagine if Ballistics had been in there. That would have been ugly, ugly. Alright. Yeah, the house walls, though, here from Tusky are definitely going to buy him a lot of time. I think if you're these Knights, you go for Siesta here, right? Alright, defensive castle coming down for Siesta. That's not going up. There's no way that's going up. There's no way that's going up. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's not going up. No way. Especially not with Ballistics in the mix. Wow. Alright, so the Vil lead is shrinking considerably after that engagement. But look at this. Camels in here on Zeus's eco. Zeuso in here on Siesta, but we got, yeah, a little bit of a base trade. Zeus's eco and Siesta's eco both looking pretty rough at the moment. Mangonel's coming in, though. Or Tusky. Archer's coming in, so this will be a clean. Those archers will go down. But they got some great value. A lot of Vils taken out. Be able to escape here with some of them? No, not with Ballistics. Surely not. Camel's still doing some work here, and these archers... Not sure where they were pathing to. That castle's up now, so... I don't know if Siesta can be able to get that much damage there in such a compact base here for Tusky. It's gonna dive into the base. The problem is there's the castle. Yeah, I think you go for the military here. Well, they're just gonna run back to that castle. Alright, let's take stock. Where are we at? We've got like a 40 Ville advantage for Confederation. And the military advantage not that big anymore here for Secretito. Fighting under this castle with the camels in the field. Oh no. Oh, I think that was a big mistake for Nagant. Losing almost his entire military. Look at that. Suddenly the military numbers basically identical. Imperial Age on the way here for Tusky as well. Not sure what the play is though. Doesn't have any castles up, so it's not like he can trap. I think maybe bombards? Play? Oh, bombard cannons. Try to take out everything in the middle here. Federation is in a tremendous position now. Those Berber Knight numbers, I think, were probably the win condition here for Secretito. And with those gone, I'm not sure I see a way for Secretito to win this game. Imperial Age on the way here for Nagant. But again, I'm not sure how much value Imperial Age is going to give you here. There's no castle at the moment. Almost has the stone for it. Sieste in Imperial Age with Trebs. Yeah, this one is... I think this one's over. Federation has pulled this set out. Got a little hairy there. Got a little game one-y. But they managed to prevent any catastrophic damage at any of their bases, and now military advantage, eco advantage, tech advantage. There's just no win condition for Secretito here. Arbalist with chemistry, shredding here. Absolutely shredding. Bracer, chemistry, ballistics, all the works. Camels in on a wood line. Yet again, down here. Zeus down to 31 villagers. These archers will all be clean, so Zeus is pretty much out of this game. Nagant had a couple camps in there, but those are basically useless at this point. Yeah, the GG's called. Secretito realizing what we know here. Awesome set. Very competitive set. Lots of back and forth. Some wild games. And love to see the sportsmanship there. GG, well played indeed. Whew. Yeah. Man, the Byzantines Mayans play. I don't think I've ever seen that pairing in a 2v2 on Gold Rush. And it worked. Whatever Sieste and Tusky had planned there paid off. Tusky had some great value out of those scouts. Sieste with that early men-at-arms, adding the spear in. Taking a great fight there against Nagant's scouts. Meant Nagant never had the scouts to really get any damage in Feudal Age. Then Sieste came in with those archers. And that sort of feudal damage just meant I think Tusky and Sieste had such a better Castle Age time. Let's look at the... Yeah, looking at 23 minutes, 23:30. I mean, Nagant is actually only 30 seconds behind, about a minute and a half behind for Zeus. But the eco numbers, that was a big difference there. Yeah, I mean, Tusky and Sieste both are, each collected more resources than either Nagant or Zeus. All right, brilliant game. Love that set. Congratulations to Confédération taking that best of 3, 2-1, and yeah, I'll probably get one more set in this week, and yeah, not sure yet which division I'll be looking at, but I think this was the only division I hadn't casted up until now. So maybe I'll start working back through them, starting with Division A, and try to hit some teams that we haven't seen thus far. With that, I'm signing off. Y'all have a good one.